The most exciting day of the year for many young prospects fulfilling their dreams, life-changing opportunities. Only a handful will be the truly great ones. Heavy expectations ahead, but it's not how you start, it's how you make the best of your chances. The 2023 NBA Draft, where amazing happens. How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Here are the winners and losers of the 23 Draft. Winner, the San Antonio Spurs drafting the 7'4" prodigy Victor Wembanyama, one of the most hyped prospects all time, has greatest all-time potential written all over, a unicorn, God-given abilities, God-like skills, something we never seen before, can do everything, easily the best international prospect all time, starting on a franchise who knows everything about building culture and winning. The previous #1 picks, David Robinson and Tim Duncan, ended up not only being superstars and champions, but all-time greats. The perfect winning attitude, having retired legends Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili by his side to mentor him, seems mentally prepared, has huge goals in mind, and helping his team contend and win games. The much anticipated soon to be the face of the NBA could be something we never seen before. Lots to be expected, injuries the only thing stopping him from greatness. Some went as far as saying Victor could go down the best player on both ends by year 3. Winner, the Thompson twins, both selected in the top 5, starting with Ahmed Thompson of the Houston Rockets, overtime elite, super high ceiling, team filled with explosive athletes, fresh legs, one of the quickest first steps, attacks well, has a real coach in Ime Udoka, good character and hard worker, the perfect mindset under Ime, could be one of the most important players in Houston towards the second half of next season. Asar Thompson, not as high a ceiling, another development in progress, a better jumper and handles, being on a rebuilding Pistons team will get plenty of time to grow. The entire Thompson family, an absolute proud moment, OT elite getting lots of recognition. Plus, the Rockets landing Cam Whitmore, many believe he'd be picked above the Thompson twins. A lot of the non-lottery teams might regret passing up on him. Excitement and optimism for the Houston Rockets, a team that seems to be finally on the rise, putting behind the awful Steven Silas era, bright future in H-Town. Winner, Bilal Coulibaly's growth spurt. Imagine 2 years ago you weren't even 6 feet tall, 5'11", and now 2 years later 6'8", all of a sudden a top 10 pick in the NBA draft. Teammates with Victor, very raw, has a quick release on his shot, super high upside, one of the highest risers. If it wasn't for this year's impact, likely wouldn't even be a first rounder. Winner, the Orlando Magic, 2 first rounders, first Anthony Black drafted 6th overall out of Arkansas, then acquired from the Bulls Nikola Vucevic trade, Jeff Howard, the son of Juwan Howard out of Michigan. Black 6'7", good playmaker, doesn't need to be one of the main offensive options, likely start his career as a solid backup, good versatility. A lot of mixing and matching for Orlando, while Howard, a good jump shooter for one of the worst shooting teams in the league, has NBA range, good rhythm, excellent preparation, a huge moment from the Howard family. His pops, former NBA All-Star, played under him in college, the hard work paying off. Winner, Bradley Beal, never getting past the second round in 10 years with the nation's capital, now getting a chance to play with 2 better players in Devin Booker and Durant, allows the Suns to contend. Whether you like the fit or not, Beal a chance to prove he has well-rounded skills and not just a scorer. The first time in his career will be actually in contention for a title. 11 total playoff games since 2017, will likely surpass that next season, getting a chance to elevate his career from forgotten to potential Hall of Famer. Winner, Jaime Jaquez Jr. selected by the Miami Heat, a hard worker at UCLA. His identity seemed like it has Heat culture written all over it. Crafty, smart player, good in the post, scrappy, absolutely a gem under Spoelstra, might be under the radar for a bit, but when other guys miss games, the 6'7" small forward will get his time to shine, being the ideal size for a wing. Terrific defender, doesn't get a lot of the flashy plays but can serve a super important role. Winner, the Dallas Mavericks, getting rid of bench warmer Davis Bertans' awful contract. Hallelujah, creates huge cap flexibility, drafting 7'1" Derek Lively, needing size and rebounding. The team ridiculed for missing the playoffs, seems like they have hope, not playing around, with plenty of Kyrie decision going forward. Getting somebody like a Bruce Brown would be heaven. Plus, getting backup center Rashad Holmes from the Kings, barely played this past season, but Holmes the type of guy who can catch lobs, get rebounds, average over 8 boards for 2 seasons, still only 29 years young. Winner, Grady Dick suit, super fly, has style, excellent shooter, perfect to pair with Scotty Barnes, as red hot as his outside shot out of Kansas, will draw fascinating headlines from the Toronto newspapers. Certainly lots of attention, same color as the Raptors logo, was destined to be on the franchise all along. Winners, Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic getting shoutouts from Adam Silver for becoming NBA champions, being great examples of the league drafting international players excelling. Winner, the Portland Trail Blazers selecting Scoot Henderson, elite level athlete, one of the best guard prospects in recent times. Already worked out with Dame Lillard multiple times. Portland a lot of options to figure out. Winner, Ryan Rupert out of France, pick 44th, the last player left in the green room, a spot where you don't want to stay all night when the draft finishes and everybody stares at you. Picked exactly 4 hours after the draft started, the jitters and the uncertainty absolutely worth the wait. Everybody's journey's different, taking his talents to Portland. Loser, the Charlotte Hornets booing the hell out of Brandon Miller.
Charlotte Hornets select Brandon Miller.
The team struck out numerous lottery picks over Michael Jordan's tenure. Franchise a heavy history of drafting underachievers, dropped the ball countless times, Scoot the more electrifying prospect, but Hornets simply thought about fit. 6'9" Miller with 6'7" LaMelo. Hasn't been a heavy boo for such a high pick since Kristaps Porzingis of the Knicks. It seemed like Scoot was a consensus lock for number 2, but last several weeks things changed, especially during the workouts that convinced the franchise, taking the lanky small forward, drawing lots of Paul George similarities. The biggest losers, the Washington Wizards, getting rid of their main guys for no first round picks, an absolute travesty of a franchise. Anybody who wants to get numbers, more than welcome to play at the nation's capital. Team will be unbearable to watch, won't be relevant for a couple years, the new front office facing the consequences of the disastrous old regime. Loser, Jordan Poole, Mr. Pretty Boy will have plenty of shine in DC, jacking up 25 shots, empty calories on a 20-win team at his finest, after Golden State gave him that disgusting 4-year, $128 million deal to play like shit all playoffs. Team needed to get rid of him due to too much chucking. The longer he stays with Washington will only be relevant for the courtside memes. Loser, the death of the Phoenix Suns. Talent doesn't always win titles. Even having the most talented trio in the league, the Reigns always heard, 5 total players under contract. Team Eater needs DeAndre Ayton to grow up, buy in, and stop whining if they want to have a chance to compete with Jokic, or trade him for multiple pieces. Loser, Cam Whitmore out of Villanova, projected to be a lottery pick, dropped all the way to 20th. After seeing many Nova ballers doing work in the NBA over the years, the Jalen Brunsons, Josh Harts, and Mikal Bridges of the world, Whitmore didn't have a chance to play on the J right, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Just like how many were shocked about Michael Porter in 2018 falling to 14, became a solid role player for a title team. Whitmore dropping this many spots after being top 5 in many mock drafts, an absolute travesty of a fall off. Another loser, the NCAA having just one player select the top 5 that played college ball, one and done, Brandon Miller, the generational prospect international invictor, Scoot G League, and the Thompson twins a different path, overtime elite. Imagine if Scoot and Wemby plus the Thompson twins actually played college ball. Loser, everybody who checks Twitter forgetting to mute Shams after Woj deciding not to tweet ahead of announcing the pick, knowing who got picked by scrolling accidentally for your favorite team. Already getting the answer ahead of time kills all the emotions and adrenaline you have. Loser, Amani Bates, the 6'9" high school prodigy, was supposed to have Victor Wembanyama type hype, one of the most known 15-year-olds all time, supposed to be the next man up, but the early fame popularity slowed his growth significantly, from getting wrong advice from his inner circle to finishing high school early, only to struggle as a 17-year-old from Memphis despite the talent and not getting along with the coaching staff, going on to transfer to one of the worst conferences, playing for a terrible Eastern Michigan team, an absolute travesty. Empty stats, getting in trouble with the law. His talent's undeniable, certainly can still be a fantastic player under great coaching, and if he listens, puts in the work, avoids distractions, but the lack of growth and development super staggering. Drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers, needs to learn from a team concept. He's fortunate to be selected round 2. If he became undrafted, that'd be embarrassing, but we'll have a lot to learn and think about and do the right things, not the one-on-one stuff he did all of last season. Could just turn out to be one of the bigger steals if he can reinvent himself. Thanks so much for watching. Your thoughts on the 2023 NBA Draft. Who were some of your biggest winners and losers, sleepers, underachievers, disappointments? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.